So in regards to cutting power, I doubt the FBI would do it themselves. Day to day, it seems low tech, but when they need to respond to protect people, it becomes high tech very quickly. But with the building, some of them are carpeted. The old one, not so much so. It had a lot of carpet. It also had a lot of carpet stains. Hey everybody, today we're watching clips from Payday 2. So I'll give you the FBI perspective. You know me, I'm always trying to get the bad guys. Let's watch. Oh, you're breaking into the FBI again, huh? The seal is real. Yeah, that's a great seal. Oh, wow. Nobody wears shoulder slings anymore. That's pretty old school. Cubicles are real. Cubicles are pretty authentic. That's a pretty authentic touch. In regards to hostage training, most agents are going to have basic training. One of the things you'll do at the FBI Academy is they have shoot, don't shoot scenarios, like a virtual hostage situation. In some cases, you may take the shot. In most cases, you're probably not going to, depending on everything else that surrounds that situation, such as is the hostage taker desperate? Does the hostage taker appear to be moments away from inflicting some injury and that kind of thing? So HRT, the hostage response team, they're more designed, tactically trained to deal with hostage situations, and they're really good at what they do. Oh wow, like a war zone in there. You can do it. He's kind of going Rambo style with the belt-fed weapon like an M60. The bad guy was shooting a couple of good guys that had the shield. We call them bunkers. If you hit that thing with a handgun, it's probably just gonna ricochet off. And it like blew the guy over and he fell on the ground. You know, I wish they would have made that a little bit more realistic. So in regards to cutting power, that's kind of like on the movie Die Hard, like the two guys, they call down and say, hey, cut the power, you know. I've never experienced that. I wouldn't say that it's completely fictional. I guess if there was some type of tactical environment where that was necessary, they may do something like that, but I've never done it. And even if they did, I doubt the FBI would do it themselves. They probably have somebody from the local department who's ready to do that or who's coordinated to handle that kind of thing.
All right, looks like some witness testimonies were missing. Gonna have to hit the hard copies. Get to the archives and grab them.
Yeah, I have seen some file cabinets like that before. That's pretty old school. I don't know if they have them today. It's been years since I've seen them that way, but yeah. They look like a bomb tech. The first guy they shot with the green suit on looked like a bomb tech. I don't know why the bomb tech would be all suited up in the file room.
Right, those are the files. Bring them back to Hoxton.
Someone get me! All right, we're working again. Just hold on.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're law enforcement and you're coming in and somebody's got an automatic weapon rocking and rolling like that, you'd probably just back off and secure a perimeter until you had a better plan. I don't think you keep running in, just taking those ground. Architecturally, probably not very realistic. There are some command rooms, but they don't look like that, and they're probably not staffed very often. Usually command centers are staffed when there's an event or something going on, and it's kind of a temporary, like I said, a mobile one or a temporary thing. It's not something that's manned 24/7.
Get inside the evidence room and find the evidence related to Hoxton's case. Nice. Any DNA might help us finger this rat.
And if they want DNA, they're not getting them out of an FBI building. Like, they got to go to Quantico to the laboratory to get that. So that's the only place where some DNA is probably going to be kept.
DNA match found.
Damn, their system didn't allow us to see who the DNA belongs to.
When I started with the FBI, my image of what I thought it would be was very high tech, like Mission Impossible kind of stuff. But when I got there, I realized very quickly, you know, back then it was kind of like dot matrix printers and a long time to transition from screen to screen. And I realized very quickly that it was the people that were high tech while the technology was low tech. When I got to my office, my first field office was Newark, New Jersey, and my training agent, you know, instead of saying, hey, learn this database, learn that database, my first week there, he said, this is what I want you to do today. I want you to get the keys to the car and get out of this building and drive around and orient yourself to the area. Drive over into New York, because we did a lot of surveillances and things of that nature. So it all goes into how to successfully do the job without computers and without all the high-tech gadgets. The FBI, day to day, it seems low tech, but when they need to respond to protect people, protect the American people, it becomes high tech very quickly.
This is an FBI auxiliary office. The Hornet's Nest.
I guess that gun has a silencer on it. Is that a revolver? He's got a revolver with a silencer? Like, all you have is that cylinder. You can't raise it up and look at sights to line up sights on your target. So I think it'd be pretty difficult, anything outside of something right in front of you.
That's the door. But don't open it yet. You need to disable the alarm.
With the buildings, some of them are carpeted. The newer ones, they'll probably have a little more carpet. One of the last field offices I was in Miami, and they have a very nice new building now. The old one, not so much so. It had a lot of carpet. It also had a lot of carpet stains. FBI headquarters has a cafeteria. Of course, Quantico has one. Most of the field offices don't have a cafeteria, so you have to go out and grab food or bring your own food in.
Now get that door open.
White-collar criminals have definitely become more sophisticated, which has in turn created more sophisticated training for the FBI and more technically trained agents when it comes to thwarting their sophistication. It could be a doctor overbilling or Medicaid fraud, Medicare fraud, things of that nature. So you're looking at this sheet and you got all these numbers and all these prices, and you have to know, I mean, let's say a physician buys a piece of equipment that costs $10,000. So you have to have someone that's savvy enough to be able to look at that chart and to see what looks out of the ordinary. You know, you look at it and you say, hey, this doesn't look right. And you have folks within the FBI that are trained to look at that kind of thing. Financial analysts, financially trained folks that have a background or have received a proper amount of training to be able to look at a spreadsheet and point out what's wrong with it and things of that nature.
Okay, nearly there now. Just grab the server and hustle it to the van.
It's a pretty empty building. I don't know if I've ever seen an FBI building this empty.
Do people tend to work pretty late hours or early mornings?
Just the ones that are handling your phone calls and building operations, things of that nature. So at night, no, you wouldn't have a lot of folks walking around. Everything that you do as an agent, it's got to be backed up by paperwork. Probably about 70% in the office and 30% out. It just depends on what's going on. Let's say you go to a grocery store and you interview somebody, and that interview takes an hour. Depending on how good of a writer or how fast you type, you have a day or two to write that interview up.
Ha! We're on fire!
So we just finished watching Payday 2. One of the things I really liked about it was the FBI emblem. It was spot on. I mean, I felt like I was back at the FBI building watching that big emblem there, the Federal Bureau of Investigation emblem. Overall, it had a good feel to it. Lots of bloodshed, lots of carnage. The building looked good. I like the cubicles too. FBI has a lot of cubicles. Thanks for watching clips of Payday 2 with us. If you like these types of clips, check out Gameology on Facebook and YouTube. Be safe. You're sitting in a car, maybe there are no bathrooms around, so I probably shouldn't say this, but hey, bad guy that you're chasing, you can't say, hey, hang on, Mr. Bad Guy, let me run in the 7-Eleven and use the bathroom. You have to kind of go with the punches from time to time.